南山燕家。
This film tells the story of a legend in which everyone is born with a sword spirit within them. Each sword spirit possesses a different level of power and continues to grow stronger as its abilities increase. Once every 100 years, the path to the heavenly door in Ziyu Mountain opens, and a person with a level 6 sword spirit can become a god by passing through that door. A great battle is taking place on an iceberg. 3 monsters are fighting against a group of swordsmen. The monsters create an illusion with a puff of smoke to attack them. One of the monsters almost manages to touch the 2 swordsmen when, suddenly, a giant snake appears and immediately devours the creature. The other 2 monsters suffer the same fate. However, just as the giant snake is about to devour the warriors, a man in a red robe named Jian Xing appears. He helps them and kills the snake before climbing a staircase in the sky filled with lightning strikes. 100 years later, the story shifts to a densely populated city crowded with pedestrians. Soon afterward, a wagon driven by a man named Tie Jian and a woman named Xiao Xiao travels through the city. They discuss the legend of the Fenxin Sword, which possesses a high-level sword spirit. According to recent news, the sword is located in the Ziyu Mountains. Whoever obtains it will become an extremely powerful swordsman. Xiao Xiao says that the place is very dangerous and refuses to allow Tie Jian to go there. However, he insists because he wants to become a great warrior. Meanwhile, a woman named Yanzi secretly enters a dark room. Upon arriving, she is immediately attacked. Fortunately, she manages to dodge the attack and escape to the center of the city using her magic sword. Not long afterward, a woman named Shi Yu confronts her. She is a student from the college that Yanzi had infiltrated. As a result, the two engage in a fight in the middle of the crowd. Eventually, Shi Yu manages to injure Yanzi, causing her to vomit blood. Realizing that Shi Yu is much stronger, Yanzi chooses to flee.
南山燕家。
At the same time, Tai Jian and Xiao Xiao are still traveling in their horse carriage when they are forced to stop because of a raid. The college soldiers are searching for Yanzi, who may be hiding or disguised somewhere. Tai Jian immediately checks the 3 wooden boxes he is transporting. To his surprise, one of the boxes contains an unconscious Yanzi. Seeing this, he quickly looks for a way to avoid getting into trouble when one of the guards comes to inspect the box. It turns out that Tie Jian has changed Yanzi's clothes and claims that she is his future wife, who is currently ill. Hearing this, Xiao Xiao becomes jealous and annoyed because she and Tie Jian are already very close, yet he has secretly brought another woman and called her his future wife. After the two argue for a while, the soldier allows them to leave. Feeling relieved and happy, Tie Jian quickly urges the horse carriage forward. Elsewhere, Shi Yu and the other soldiers hear something strange coming from the room of their male teacher, Fenxin. Suddenly, one of the soldiers barges into the room. Instantly, he is sucked in by the power of a tiger-like aura surrounding Fenxin. Believing that her teacher is in danger, Shi Yu tries to approach him but is also pulled in by the same force. After the tiger's power dissipates, Fenxin scolds the soldiers and drives them away for entering his room without permission. Shi Yu asks what really happened to him. Fenxin explains that he attempted to forcefully break through to level 6, but was not yet strong enough to withstand such power. He then asks about the whereabouts of the Fenxin Sword. Shi Yu replies that it has been found, but it is protected by a holy fire so powerful that no one can touch it. Fenxin instructs her to retrieve the sword so that he can break through level 6 and become a god. The next day, Tai Jian and Xiao Xiao continue arguing inside the horse carriage. She is still jealous that Tai Jian brought another woman and claims she was his future wife. Tai Jian explains that he was only pretending because he wanted to save the woman. After they had traveled far enough, the horse-drawn carriage stopped. Tie Jian immediately took Yanzi out of the box and checked her condition. Upon waking up, Yanzi immediately slapped him because she thought he was going to harass her. Shortly afterward, she noticed that her clothes had been changed. She slapped Tie Jian again, believing that he had changed her clothes and seen her body. After taking back her clothes and sword, she left the two of them. After some time, Tie Jian and Xiao Xiao finally arrived at their village, where the residents warmly welcomed them back. Soon afterward, Tie Jian distributed the souvenirs he had brought to the villagers. After that, he went straight to see his male teacher, Chen. However, Chen scolded Tie Jian for being away from home for so long while constantly beating him. The moment Tie Jian showed him the medicinal herbs he had ordered, Chen suddenly became kind to him. Elsewhere, Xiao Xiao's father was being mistreated by a man who was angry because he had failed to obtain a gemstone from an excavation site. Xiao Xiao arrived and immediately helped her father. Feeling annoyed, she cursed the man, but instead of backing down, he approached her and attempted to attack her. Fortunately, Tie Jian arrived and struck the man with a stone. He confronted the man, and the two soon began fighting. Because the man was much stronger, Tie Jian was easily knocked to the ground. The man even came close to stabbing him with his sword. Suddenly, Yanzi and a man appeared to help him and killed the attacker. Yanzi said that she had repaid her debt to Tie Jian, and after that, she left. On the way home, Tai Jian told Xiao Xiao that he planned to go to Xiyu Mountain to search for gemstones so that he could change the fate of the villagers. However, she continued to forbid him from going because the mountain was extremely dangerous. The moment she let her guard down, Tai Jian ran away and headed towards Xiyu Mountain. As it turned out, Yanzi and the man were also heading to Xiyu Mountain. Along the way, Yanzi found her father's headband caught among the leaves of a bamboo tree. While looking up at the sky, she saw Xiyu and two female soldiers flying towards Xiyu Mountain. Realizing that it might be connected to her father, she decided to follow them. Xiyu arrived at the location where the Fenxin Sword was kept. When she got there, she saw several soldiers waiting and guarding the sword. She ordered one of the soldiers to retrieve it. The moment the soldier pulled the sword from its resting place, his body immediately burst into flames and was reduced to ashes.
听说焚心剑内存有异火。
Meanwhile, Tai Jian, who was still traveling through the mountain, discovered a pink magical crystal attached to a tree and took it. Not long afterward, a monster appeared and began chasing him. On the other hand, Xiyu grew frustrated that none of the soldiers had succeeded in taking the sword. Finally, she decided to retrieve it herself. At that very moment, Yanzi arrived and blocked her path. Soon, other swordsmen seeking the sword also rushed into the area. Suddenly, Tie Jian, while being chased by the monster, arrived through a mysterious portal created by an unknown force. Terrified, he instinctively grabbed the Fenxin Sword and used it to attack the monster. Seeing this, the swordsmen present were also puzzled as to why Tie Jian could wield the Fenxin Sword so easily without being destroyed by the holy fire. Annoyed by this, Xiyu attacked him in an attempt to snatch the sword away. However, the sword protected Tie Jian. The holy sword and the holy fire even entered his body, causing him to lose consciousness. Shortly afterward, Yanzi took Tie Jian away from the scene. It turned out that she brought him back to Xiao Xiao's place. After he regained consciousness, Chen scolded Tie Jian for going to Xiyu Mountain. While checking Tai Jian's pulse, Chen sensed something unusual within his body. Soon, a man named Lu Tai, Xiyu's elder brother, arrived at Tie Jian's village. He demanded to know Tai Jian's whereabouts and threatened the villagers with his sword power. Not long afterward, Yanzi came to confront Lu Tai, but he instead told her to go and meet Feng Qingzi. However, knowing Feng Qingzi's evil intentions, Yanzi refused. She immediately attacked Lu Tai, and the two began fighting. Unfortunately, Lu Tai was much stronger, and he quickly overpowered her, binding her magical power to a tree. Suddenly, Tai Jian arrived to help Yanzi and confronted Lu Tai. When Lu Tai attacked him with his sword, Tai Jian unknowingly released the holy fire to block the attack. He even managed to unleash the power of a level 5 sword spirit and defeat Lu Tai. Realizing that Tie Jian's strength was now comparable to Feng Qingzi's, Lu Tai chose to flee. Lu Tai and Xiyu immediately returned to Feng Qingzi and reported that the Fenxin Sword and the Holy Fire had been taken by Tie Jian. They also informed him that Tie Jian's power had become comparable to his own. Feng Qingzi then instructed the two of them to invite Tie Jian and Chen to meet him. The next day, Lu Tai and Xiyu arrived at Chen's home to deliver the invitation. However, they did not find Tie Jian there. At that moment, Xiao Xiao was leaving the house, but Lu Tai stopped her and asked about Tie Jian's whereabouts. She replied that she did not know. Lu Tai then hypnotized her and used his magic to frame Tie Jian. That night, Tai Jian and Yanzi sat beside a bonfire. During their conversation, Yanzi shared the story of her childhood. She explained that she had always been jealous of other children who could play freely and wear beautiful clothes. Instead, she had been forced to practice martial arts every day, leaving her body covered in wounds. Not long afterward, Xiao Xiao arrived and immediately grabbed Tie Jian's hand, pulling him away from Yanzi so they could talk alone. She seemed strange because she was still under Lu Tai's hypnosis. She simply remained silent while staring at him. Soon, Lu Tai and Xiyu appeared. Lu Tai told Tai Jian that it would be better for him to inherit the power of the holy fire rather than allow Fenxin to obtain it. Suddenly, several monsters appeared and launched an attack. While everyone was occupied fighting, Yanzi took the opportunity to escape and brought Tie Jian with her. While fleeing, Shiyu accidentally fell into a strange place. As they explored the area, Tie Jian discovered a piece of iron covered with golden patterns. It was a rare and high-quality material used for forging swords. According to legend, the Fenxin Sword had also been made from the same material. Overjoyed, Tie Jian immediately took it. Suddenly, a monster emerged from behind a wall and began chasing him. When Tie Jian called for help, Yanzi refused because the monster was actually the incarnation of her father, who possessed the power of a level 4 sword spirit. Seeing this, Yanzi attempted to bring her father back to his senses, but he attacked her instead. In response, Tie Jian released his power and managed to draw the evil spirit out of her father's body.
爹，那天到底发生了什么？
Once her father regained consciousness, Yanzi asked what had happened to him. He explained that Fenxin had invited him and several other warriors to his college under the pretense of discussing the path to godhood. In reality, Fenxin intended to absorb all of their sword spirits. Fortunately, Yanzi's father managed to escape by using a secret technique. Afterward, Yanzi introduced Tie Jian to him and explained that Tie Jian had saved him using the power of the holy fire. Shocked by this revelation, her father realized that Tie Jian was the one chosen by the heavens. He then asked Tie Jian who the person was that had sealed his sword spirit. Hearing that, Tie Jian was surprised because he had never known that he possessed sword spirit power all this time. Shortly afterward, Yanzi helped Tie Jian unseal his sword spirit. Soon, Lu Tai and Shiyu arrived. Yanzi's father tried to stop them, but Shiyu killed him. Seeing this, Yanzi attempted to fight them off, but Lu Tai proved to be too powerful for her. Fortunately, Tie Jian had already removed his seal and awakened his sword spirit. Combined with the power of the holy fire and the Fenxin Sword, he had become incredibly strong. Just as he was about to attack them, Lu Tai and Shiyu chose to flee. Meanwhile, Chen arrived alone at Fenxin's college. The two men sat down together drinking tea and talking. It was revealed that Chen's real name was Feng Xuanzi and that he was actually Fenxin's brother-in-law. However, because of events in the past, he had changed his name and hidden his identity in order to live as an ordinary person. As their conversation grew more heated, the two eventually began fighting and clashing with their powers. Before long, Tie Jian arrived at the scene. Fenxin immediately tried to turn him against Chen by claiming that Chen was the one who had killed Tie Jian's entire family 5 years earlier. However, Tie Jian did not believe Fenxin's words and immediately attacked him. Soon afterward, Yanzi and the warrior arrived, making a battle between all of them unavoidable. During Tie Jian's fight with Lu Tai, Xiao Xiao suddenly appeared. Still under Lu Tai's hypnosis, she stabbed Tie Jian with a knife. When Tie Jian managed to wake Xiao Xiao from the hypnosis, Lu Tai immediately placed her under his control once again. This time, she stabbed herself and died. Seeing this, Tie Jian was consumed by rage. He unleashed his full power and completely annihilated Lu Tai. He even stabbed Shiyu to death. Realizing an opportunity to absorb such immense power, Fenxin immediately drained Tie Jian's strength. Seeing this, Chen rushed forward and pushed Tie Jian away, telling him to run. Yanzi quickly took Tie Jian and escaped while Chen stayed behind to prevent Fenxin from chasing them. Furious, Fenxin beat Chen to death. Shortly afterward, Yanzi brought Tie Jian to a safe place so he could recover from his injuries. It was then that she realized the time had finally come for the heavenly door to open, an event that occurred only once every 100 years. Fenxin intended to break through the heavenly door by sacrificing and harming others. Not long afterward, Yanzi put on her armor and prepared to pursue Fenxin. In the snowy mountains, Fenxin and several other warriors continued their journey with the goal of becoming gods. Before long, 3 monsters appeared and attacked them. Using his overwhelming strength, Fenxin quickly defeated all of the monsters. Soon after, a giant snow snake emerged, but Fenxin remained completely unfazed. With a single powerful strike, he stabbed the snake directly through the head and killed it. The group continued onward until they finally reached the staircase leading to the heavenly door. To become gods, they had to climb the stairs, which were protected by countless lightning strikes. The warriors were filled with excitement and eagerly prepared to ascend the staircase in pursuit of godhood. However, Fenxin had a sinister plan. He had deliberately invited warriors who possessed high-level sword spirits, luring them with the promise of becoming gods. In reality, he intended to kill them and absorb the power of their sword spirits, allowing his own strength to become great enough to survive the lightning staircase and pass through the heavenly door. Not long afterward, Fenxin made his move, but Yanzi soon arrived and tried to stop him. However, he easily overpowered and crippled her. Suddenly, Tie Jian appeared and disrupted Fenxin's evil plan, leading the two of them to clash with their sword powers. In the middle of the battle, Tie Jian managed to strike Fenxin, causing him to vomit blood. Afterward, Fenxin told Tie Jian that a god had once appeared before him and declared that only he deserved to become a god. Filled with confidence, Fenxin began climbing the staircase to the heavenly door. However, before he could reach the top, his body was struck by lightning and he was killed. A moment later, the atmosphere suddenly changed. Then, a winged man dressed in white named Ji Wuxiang appeared. The warriors present believed that he was a god, so they immediately lowered their heads in respect. Ji Wuxiang explained that he had once harbored great ambitions of becoming a god and had trained relentlessly until his sword spirit power reached the highest level. He even fought demons in the past. However, before one of the demons was destroyed, it asked him why he bothered training so hard when he could simply gain power by absorbing the sword spirits of others. From that moment on, Ji Wuxiang decided to throw every swordsman who attempted to climb the staircase into the lightning and then absorb their sword spirit power. In doing so, he ensured that no one except himself could ever become a god. Hearing Ji Wuxiang's confession, Tie Jian became furious and immediately unleashed his power to destroy the staircase leading to the heavens. Shortly afterward, Tie Jian invited Yanzi to return to their village. Because of Tie Jian's actions, Ji Wuxiang became enraged and attacked the village with his lightning power. The village quickly descended into chaos, but Tie Jian continued doing everything he could to protect the residents. After many villagers had fallen victim to the destruction, he flew into the sky and unleashed all of his strength to confront Ji Wuxiang. Believing himself to be an invincible god, Ji Wuxiang laughed at Tie Jian for daring to challenge him. Suddenly, Tie Jian's clothing transformed into that of a god, and his power increased dramatically. Seeing this, Ji Wuxiang was shocked and frightened. In the end, Tie Jian succeeded in destroying Ji Wuxiang's body and saving his village. This is the end of the film. So, what did you think of the movie? Leave it in the comments below, and if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe for more movie recaps. See you in the next video.